It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce the chairman of Friends of Housing for our endorsement announcement. Our Friends of Housing chair is a builder from Lake City, a past president of the state association, and more importantly, is currently a candidate for the State House of Representatives. Please join me in welcoming the next state representative of Michigan's 103rd District, Mr. Bruce Rendon.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so honored to do this presentation today. Thanks, Bob. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today. There are only 18 days until the November 2nd general election. As a candidate myself, I know how important each day is and how fast they go. The members of the Michigan Association of Home Builders had the pleasure to hear both gubernatorial candidates at our winter board meeting earlier this year. A little over a month ago, Friends of Housing, which is your political voice in this process, began making endorsements for the 2010 general election. We started with the top of the ticket, but in addition to our announcement today, Friends of Housing has also endorsed Bill Schuette for Attorney General, Ruth Johnson for Secretary of State. Both have a history in supporting our industry while they served in the legislature. The Supreme Court is also very important for our industry. And Friends of Housing has endorsed Justice Bob Young and Mary Beth Kelly for Michigan's top court. And now I am pleased to announce unanimous support from the Friends of Housing Board of Directors and Advisors to endorse Rick Snyder for our next governor.
Yes.
Rick, as a builder and a candidate for this House, I look for the reinventation of this state and to work with you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bruce, and thank you, Bob, and thanks to Mayberry Homes for a wonderful home as a backdrop, because it illustrates the talent in our state. And I'm honored to have your endorsement today. It means a lot to me. And in particular, when you look at the housing industry, it's been one of the cores of Michigan. It shows the talents we have, but it also illustrates an industry that's suffered more than most and how far we've come in terms of economic troubles. If you go back in history, the housing permits in our state used to be up in the 40 to 50,000 permits a year range. It dropped below 10,000 per year, and it's starting to come back. But the key to the comeback has to be getting all of Michigan working. It is time that we create more and better jobs in our state and create that environment for our young people. It's by getting our economy going that one of the bedrocks of our economy, the housing industry, can come back. And to do that, we need to have a framework for success. And that's what I'm excited about. And that's what I'm here to share with you, is there are 3 key steps we need to do. First, we need a clear, positive vision for the future of Michigan. We've lacked that. It is time to start a new era in our state, the era of innovation, about bringing back innovation and entrepreneurship as the core of who we are, and help make us great in the natural resources era, help make us great in the industrial era. And when you talk about innovation and entrepreneurship, the home builders are among the best at being entrepreneurial and innovative. So I truly appreciate their perspective and their skills in making that happen. The next thing is we need a plan. When we have a disaster and we have a vision, we need to move between the two. And again, we have a 10-point plan, with number 1 on that list being the need for more and better jobs. Now, the role of government is not to create jobs, but to create an environment where jobs can flourish. To do that, we need tax reform. It is time to eliminate the Michigan business tax and replace it with a flat 6% corporate income tax. The second thing I'll mention is something else that's important to this industry and to all of us. It's our regulatory environment. One, we have too much regulation, but the attitude out of Lansing is even worse in terms of treating people as if we're bad and should be controlled. The average person is a good, honest person. The average company is trying to do good things. We need to treat people that way. And so let's change the attitude from one of penalizing people to helping people succeed. So I've said things that are important to this industry, such as permitting. Let's have a system where there are short but reasonable waiting periods. If the state doesn't respond or you don't get a response, your permit issues and you can go do your activity. That's how we're going to succeed, is creating an environment for success. So I'm honored to have the opportunity to cover the vision and the plan. The final thing is action. For far too long we've talked about things. We've had paralysis. Now is the time to stand up and say, it's time for tangible action that makes a meaningful difference in real people's lives. And that's the foundation of getting more and better jobs. And that's the foundation of keeping our young people here. And the foundation of having an outstanding industry make a strong comeback. And to create a great lifestyle, quality of life environment for all our citizens in the state. So with that, I'm excited to have the opportunity to have the support of this fine association. I'm excited to run with the other fine candidates here today. There's a great ticket of people on the same platform of helping bring housing back to our state. So with that, let's move forward to November 2nd and success. But I also mention in closing that this is more than just an election for governor or an election to get to the legislature. This is fundamentally an opportunity to reinvent Michigan. And the hard work will start in January and will go on for some time. So to the degree we have fire and passion and excitement today, we need that to grow. We need that to spread. We need to take that excitement and passion to everyone we know and say, it's time to reinvent Michigan. We're going to make it happen. So thank you so much.
As Bob mentioned, I'm Dawn Crandall. I'm the Political Affairs Director for the Michigan Association of Home Builders, and I want to thank our members who were able to join us today. Karen, is that a hammer I hear somewhere? Yeah. It's a good sound. It's a good sound. There is so much at stake this election for 2010, and you will see a brand new legislature in 2011, brand new leadership, and your vote on November 2nd is what's going to make that happen. If you go into the garage, there's actually cider apples and donuts and trick-or-treat goodie bags because we want next year to be a treat, not a trick. But you will see that we have several members running at the state level, and I just want to recognize a couple of those who are here today. Representative Joe Hobman out of the Holland area, Representative Bill Rogers, a builder out of Livingston County, John Bumstead, a candidate for State House out of Newaygo, Ken Goyke, a candidate for State House out of Macomb, Bruce Rendon, a candidate for State House out of Missaukee County, and Ken Rosen, a candidate for State House out of the Royal Oak area. So I hope that you'll give them a hand, and more importantly, your vote if you live in those districts. And at this time, I believe we're going to open it up for some questions for Mr. Snyder.